The executive producer of Mattel Films said Barbie isn't a feminist movie. It should have been titled Feminism the Movie. Men were literally the villain of the movie. No, I'm not saying villains were men. I'm saying the male gender was the antagonist. Because lumping an entire group of people into one negative category is always good, right? That's what the children need to learn. Can you imagine if they made a Ken movie about how crazy and purely run by emotion all women are? Which, by the way, I don't believe at all. It would be canceled as soon as it was announced. This movie is purely negative and political. A movie like Barbie is supposed to be an escape. That's why I only enjoyed the parts in Barbie World at the beginning. It's supposed to be fun. It's Barbie, for Christ's sakes. It's a toy that little girls play with. I expected a message of female empowerment, but it wasn't done well at all. The movie claimed by the end that men and women should be equal, but the theme throughout the entire movie was that men are horrible, basically only seeing women as servants. The writer's view of the modern world feels like the 1950s, where women lived to serve men, having no opportunities for careers. There absolutely are men that still have that outdated mindset about women, but to act like that's all men is problematic to young girls. That's right, I'm using the liberals' word problematic against them. But it's true. What kind of message are they trying to send? You won't get anywhere in life because men won't let you? Women that believe that are women who make excuses. There are plenty of legitimate things women can complain about that men can't understand, including me, of course. But not being able to have a great career is not one of those things. What's weird is that this movie is not for kids. The last word of it is gynecologist. Having suggestive jokes for the adults watching is one thing. In fact, I love when that happens. But some jokes were just crude for the sake of being crude, which in this context is awkward and uncomfortable. Maybe they'll make a Sesame Street movie where Big Bird jokes that he's a big cock. Get it? That's funny. Hey, maybe they'll all have a gangbang. Who cares? That'd be funny. Hopefully in the second Mario movie, Mario and Luigi tag team Peach after DK slams a barrel over her head. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny. What is funny is how the Barbie movie is even feminist in the way that female comedians just joke about their vaginas, because they say men only joke about their wieners, which they don't. I guess having a vagina and hating the patriarchy are the only things feminists find funny, because woke people aren't allowed to find anything else funny. What little girl is going to enjoy a movie that talks about the patriarchy and fascism? It was as if the writers were playing a game to see how many times they could fit the word patriarchy into the script. Also, a little girl calls Barbie a fascist. Is that what's supposed to pass for humor nowadays? It doesn't even make sense. This movie only had two jobs: be a good movie and give little girls a good role model to look up to. It failed at both. By the end of the movie, the main character admitted that she was completely useless, and then she left her life to go help women in the real world. Which, yeah, sure, that could be nice. But we don't even get to see it. As soon as that happens, she just makes a joke about being at the gynecologist and the movie ends. We just got a protagonist that the movie itself deemed as bad the entire time. The men are bad, the women are bad. Is anyone good? And the whole thing is so poorly written. Everything was so on the nose. It's like if a sad song just said, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, over and over. But instead, it's just saying, hate men, hate men, hate men. You're supposed to feel the message and emotion by relating to the movie on a deeper level. Any good writer would understand that. I mean, it didn't even try to make the plot make sense. And not in like a fun, meta way. It just felt lazy. There wasn't even any reason for Will Ferrell's storyline. It completely amounted to nothing. The whole movie would have been way better if it was only in Barbie World, and it was just a great movie about great women, with Ken being the comedic love interest. Instead, it was so anti-man that Barbie didn't even like Ken, which is very strange because Ken said early on in the movie that they're boyfriend and girlfriend. So was she just leading him on the whole time? Were they dating for years and she just never liked him? I mean, is she a lesbian? Is she asexual? I don't know. Barbie's sexuality shouldn't even matter. I shouldn't even be asking this stuff. But the movie rises these stupid, politically charged questions. Why would a movie that's target audience is little girls be all about politics? Speaking of the movie being politically charged, transphobes will hate how prominently a transgender woman is featured, but personally, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I say live and let live. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling gave good performances, but the movie didn't make good use of anybody, including them. Even Will Ferrell wasn't funny. There were two side characters that had prominent roles, a mother and her daughter. The mother's performance was awful, and the daughter's character was so bad. This is the same character who called Barbie a fascist, by the way. Her own father is learning her and her mother's native language, and when he speaks in it to Barbie, his daughter says, "That's cultural appropriation." His own kid and wife are that culture, for God's sakes. I think it's safe to say the man's not racist. If my kids end up being that woke, they're being thrown in the garbage. The daughter character hated Barbie and Barbie's world the entire movie, didn't care about their problems at all, and then just for some reason at some point just wants to help them for no reason. Terrible writing. Barbie is considered a comedy, but I'd say it's more like a complete joke. It's far from funny. It's filled with jokes that don't land. I found literally one joke in the entire movie genuinely funny, and there are jokes constantly. As someone who loves comedies and is starved for more of them, it was absolute torture. The entire movie was. It was really boring. Even when stuff did happen that would typically be considered exciting, like the entire Mattel staff chasing Barbie trying to capture her, I was just counting the seconds till the movie was over. The only women I could honestly see enjoying this movie are feminists who hate men. My mom and sister both disliked it. Feminists took a movie that's supposed to be for little girls and made it for them, to push their agenda, like taking candy from a baby. That's pure evil. I feel really bad for all the little girls that were so excited for this and just got a movie that they couldn't even understand. Honestly, I think this movie could only hurt the perception of women. I don't see how a man could watch it and not be offended. At the end, the president of Barbie World says she wants men and women to be equal. Then immediately, men ask if they can be included in the Supreme Court, and she says, "Oh no, maybe we can fit you in something lower." Is it worth hurting your whole movie's message for a joke that isn't even funny? It just takes away the message. Obviously, it would be very foolish for any man to take the Barbie movie as a message of how all women feel and think. But there are plenty of foolish men. I know we can agree on that. I give the Barbie movie a 0 out of 10. I think it was one of the worst movie experiences I've ever had. I'm not even a conservative. I just hate this stuff. It's not good. It's bad for women. It's bad for the world. It's bad for the movie industry. It's just bad. I love women, and I hate feminism. Please like this video so my next one will end up in your recommended videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.